Hello everybody, welcome to our Friday night D&D session. I am your host, JSO / the Wizard / the DMGM, and now MM. We're back with another Lucent Odyssey. This is session 17. Happy to have all of you here. This mixes Dungeons and Dragons with Oregon Trail style fun. Who else is joining me on this fine Friday?
Hey everybody, it's Luke. I'm playing Lincoln, and he is a Warforged Fey Wanderer Ranger.
Who else? Kevin?
Nobody else is playing.
Kevin,
my
you're
name's Kevin, and I play Ty.
Oh.
So he took his energy drink today. What's up, everybody? My name's Slim. I'll be playing your good old friend Uncle Jimmy, a bugbear rogue.
Hey, I'm Kyle playing Professor Bark, Furbolg Alchemist Artificer, Circle of the Moon Druid at the illustrious Ravis Eterna.
Hey everybody, I'm Nick. I play Forte. He's
Dwarven
back.
Mechanic.
He's back here. I've heard things not so good for me in recent event, but now that I have my friends here, the well-wishers, they take care of me, and everything is all good.
Amanda / Opie will be out tonight, but we have that wonderful gone image provided by Kyle. A lot of those. I love the quippy little line. Good stuff! Thank you everyone for joining us. Hello Discordian, hello Hound, whomever else may be hanging out with us tonight. Really appreciate you all stopping in to watch some deep fun. So, this is session 17. As always, a huge thank you to Amanda Rotten for providing the character art for us. Please go check out her socials at Amanda R. Otten and the Twitter for however long Twitter lasts. Go give her some love. She may be open for commissions. You can always themselves. A huge thank you to Joka for winning our cute little Baglin from last stream. Able to receive that, and his kids really loved it. Very cute. So, we use Twitch channel appearance on the channel. I think Discordian was mentioning that earlier. There's some fun stuff you can do. Give +1 rolls to peeps, or give a random party member either the elated or forlorn condition. It's just chosen randomly. Have some fun, mix things up. Take a look at those at the bottom left of the chat, see how many points you have, and buy those if you'd like to. You get boosted points for follows and multiplied points for your subscriber. We also use stream stickers here. Just mouse over the stream. You'll see the purple heart over on the right side. Slap some stickers down. We use a lot of rules in this campaign, so if you see that we're using a lot of terminology that's not specific to D&D from our homebrew stuff, and you're like, what is all this stuff? I want to learn how this game is played. Hit !rules in the chat to learn more. I'm also DMing on Sunday evenings. We've been playing Weirdkin, which merges Dungeons and Dragons as well as monster raising and battling Monday through Friday here earlier in the day at 10 a.m. on the Twitch stream. You want to get in on that, but you're like, hey, that's too early. I have to actually work and something for a living, unlike Jason who's doing Twitch all the time. Then you can hang out Sunday evenings. I'm running sessions of Dungeons and Dragons that is specific for Weirdkin, so you can jump in on that on an evening time. Go check it out. I'll use !DM. So Hound says it applies to DM, right? Yes, Hound, you could give me a +1. We can only use them one at a time, so we can't like stack them to get like a +15. But I'll take a +1.
He's lying. You can't.
I miss Anna. Anna was the one who would always be the one throwing stuff at me. That is really all my show notes. I want to make sure and try and get through those early so that we can try and dive into the game a little quicker than I was in previous campaigns, so that we can cut out the beginning stuff. So with all that said, I'm going to run the intro. As I do, we're going to be handing out some inspiration for those who still need it from last session, and we'll see who wants to give the recap and maybe fill Nick in on a little of some of the stuff that he missed. So hang on just a second, everybody. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. All right, did anybody want to trade their cards, or is everybody?
Sounds like everybody's got.
All right, cool. In that case, why don't we roll to see who wants to give inspiration from last week? I do not remember who gave the recap last week. Slim, are you taking immunity, or do you want to live on the edge and give us a roll?
I think I'll pass just this week.
That's fair. All right.
What's that? Somebody's playing Opie? That's Kyle. Immunity.
If you're willing to play Opie, I'll accept it to give him you. Do appreciate it.
Now wait a second.
Luke and me are the only
Kevin's
valid
the one
people.
recording the card stuff. That's harder than just playing I fire my bow twice.
I don't know.
Oh, that's right.
I
And Nick
still
wasn't.
rolled higher than you, but
I don't know, man.
I genuinely don't know what happens other than following God
Yeah, I
mode on
was gonna
social
say,
media where
Slim to
certain
you,
clips
Nick
of
over
important
here.
events were played.
Opie's not
I
here.
call shenanigans on the playing a missing player immunity rule.
He still rolled higher than you.
That's fair. Now it's fair.
Now it's fair.
That is fair. That is fair.
Okay,
That's
okay. Good sportsmanship. Okay, yes, Luke, if you please, fill us in on maybe, I think maybe just a little bit of like not only the last session, but just maybe a little session back. Just a quick TLDR, if you don't mind, filling us in. What happened last time?
On the Lucent Odyssey.
Sorry, the announcer voice got me. Last time. I'm not talking in Lincoln voice, by the way, because it cuts my voice out and I'm tired of it. So I'm just going to do a gravelly voice for the rest of the campaign. Last time, we arrived at King Croaker's Bayou, where Opie returned the frog that we had been carrying in the cage with us home once more. Opie was talking to the creature, so it was good that they were separated for a while. I think he was becoming too attached. At any rate, we arrived and discovered a Grung village who sent us off in search of one of their younglings who had disappeared in a tar pit nearby. We arrived and, after a series of comical errors, discovered the youngling was in fact a giant frog hemoth, of which we swore to return back to the bayou. However, before we could, we were assailed from an even larger beast from the pits of the tar pit. Sorry, I got nothing for that. Pits of the tar pit. It was a harrowing battle, during which our good friend Forte was eaten completely. And after a bad case of indigestion, Opie was able to pierce the creature's gullet, and Forte, bursting forth like an alien child from a womb, spilled back onto the ground, and I stole the creature's teeth. We returned the youngling frog hemoth to the bayou, where Opie was inducted as an honorary member of the tribe. We're all very proud of him. All 5 of his fathers are very proud of him. The end.
Very good, very good. A very succinct recap. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that.
Oh, also, there was a meteor that fell, and we got it, and Forte's gonna turn it into a weapon because it's made out of star metal.
Sweet. Did we do
Forgot
that
that.
yet or no?
No, we just got the big chunk and figured we didn't know how your abilities worked, so we're like, we'll let you figure that out when you get back.
You knew him well enough to get me out of whatever the problem was.
Yeah, it's called just sitting in the pit of a stomach and casting spiritual guardians over and over again. That's what throws you off.
You said positive affirmations and just concentrated.
That's why I love the character.
You're what was it, Warcaster or whatever? The thing that gives you advantage on concentration was like super clutch last fight.
With stuff.
Thanks for the recommendations, guys.
More feats.
I now understand feats are important over just having 20s for stat blocks.
I mean, it's
Plus for
perfect.
stat blocks are pretty good too.
They are. Like with the shield mastery last night. Oh, that's another good one.
Oh yeah, we saw the return of OBs in one of our start. Anyways, yes, last you all left off, you had just finished the sort of small arc between Opie trying to become, or at least be heralded as a frog warrior, and doing a small quest for Toad King or King Croaker to finish all of that up. Everyone did a fantastic job, and with that, you all decided to press on, and I'm pretty sure everyone decided that they were going to move heading towards the Radiant Well in this region. I think that's where we last left off, as everyone was going to head that way, and from King Croaker's, you're able to move 1, 2, and you're going to be able to get there without having to like stop and rest. So with all of that, we're going to roll back in. We're all traveling through thick muck and mire of the Grey Doldrum area here of Forlorn Passage. As you continued on, you were making your way towards the Radiant Well. Also, before you left King Croaker, took a little bit of rest, and on top of that, you also helped to essentially top off the wagon. It's looking in great shape. I remember. So, with all of that said, I pass the ball back over to you all. What would you like to do?
Let's head to that well.
Yeah.
Get that well.
Let's keep moving. Right, it's morning, right? And there's light outside and everything.
It is currently light time. Looking at the clock, it is 7 light time. Still got a couple
This
hours.
is midday, I think.
Yeah, we are full rested.
Yeah.
Let's go down here.
Yeah, you continue to press forward, and you're able to move at your standard pace because Opie's helping you to try and stay out of the deeper portions of like the swamp waters and thick mud. So it's not this would have been much more created a character. After I had set up an entire swamp region, I had to fuck your swamp.
Look, man, Ranger's got to shine sometime.
It's
And
true.
there's-
Favored terrain, like I feel like that's kind of up in the air. If it comes into effect. So very cool
Yeah, I
that.
don't know if I've ever used that efficiently.
Yeah, very cool that
Yeah.
come into it. Yeah, you are all continuing on. Every move here is 2 more hours passes you to trek along. So you spend 2 hours moving along. That moves the clock over to 9 blight time, and let's see if any events transpire on this hex. Done the thing where I've pre-rolled so that you like wait for me to roll and look on that lesson. You continue to press on here, and let me just double check the list that I have here in terms of the things that you run into. Let me scroll back all the way up here. Okay. Saw the Starfall. You already... And a great check from Professor Bark last session to sort of bypass what could have been a nasty encounter with some vile polypore. Alright, nothing of note happens here. You're fine, and no particular thing of interest, and you carry on if you'd like. You ping
Straight
me
east.
next movie.
Straight east.
Right. Right, 2 more hours pass. That puts you at 11 blight time. That's passing one of the tickers on the clock, Kevin. So if you want to add a little, one more decrease to the harmonic flux, appreciate that. You're still good. Nothing happens here. Nothing to get in your way. And within 2 more hours, you feel as though that you could reach the Radiant Well. Now, things will transition over into blight time before you hit the well, as you're sort of like in that in-between period. However, you don't need to make a survival check to get there, and provided you have enough light to at least, probably ascend the summit area that the Radiant Well is held on, you get the sense that it won't be an issue once you crack the well open for a little bit to have a little bit of light. You'll just need to probably survive whatever dangers may pose themselves as they did before. So, anything else here before you move 1 more space towards the Radiant?
I think so.
Right. Oh.
No.
Right. More hours pass, and as it does, the darkness begins to set in. It's blight time, or over the area. The Gleedlekin swarm above begins to transition, shifting away and out of the sky, and now the wall begin to crack some. A little light out. Darkness, the pervading sense of darkness, the ever-growing sense of the negative energy plane, foreboding sense takes its place here. Whenever the Gleedlekin on around begins to draw its. However, not long after the blight time arrives, you're all able to find yourselves coming out of the thick mud and mire of the swamplands as this area nearby the Radiant Well begins to lift up a little bit out of the swamplands and allows you to traverse on top of some relatively solid ground. I'm assuming everyone has light some type here.
Got my knife.
Can we flank?
I am not looking forward to this, but it must be done.
As you look above, even though so you all, not only is this pointed out on your maps, reality, but also these are like beacons that you're always able to see. Out in the distance, even though they are closed, there's still a light that escapes the cracks of them and builds up, raising into the sky like a pillar. Up above, you can see swarms of Gleedlekin that usually swarm around nighttime. Here's the same thing. See the pillar rising up in the sky, and as you approach, whereas everywhere else in the passage is complete darkness, you could put your hand out from your face and not see it. Here, you see something in the void. Set of rocky steps that leads up to several tall-looking figures donned in what appears to be serenidal gear, all stone statues that each face a circular-looking well-like construction raised on a stony platform. There is, even with it fully shut, just between the barest crack, there is light that peels and peeks through, giving the area here a sense of a lantern in the dark. I will switch the maps. Tokens and token layer. Move us. You all see through the thick mist that makes up this area, ascending up the rocky stone steps, the area that leads to the well itself. What would you like?
Probably prepare to climb the stairs, right?
Yes, let's have a look around, see if we can't see something. Let's see what we can find.
So, out of character, do you guys remember the gist of what we had to do last time? Like, I remember there was stuff that was like healing us, and that was bad.
Yeah.
So think of if it's the same mechanic as last time, it's a bunch of like radiant or spectral creatures, and they overload us with like essentially temp healing, or turn us into bombs and we explode.
Essentially,
that sounds correct.
Yeah, what
it's positive energy.
happened last time, yes, is each of you, after you cracked the well, or before you attempted to, you were told by Ilanalu that when approaching the well, you'd need to crack it and then hold it open for seconds long enough to equate to 3 rounds. Even that very small amount of time with the well cracked, the just pure, unadulterated essence, this energy of the positive energy plane would flood into the Twixt, especially in this area of the Forlorn Passage. And even that small amount would be able to help tip the scales of the equilibrium here in the passage between the overarching battle that is always happening between the light and dark energy. But as you keep the well open, you'd need to be close so that after that certain period of time, you can close it. And during that time, it appeared as though during your last attempt to do this in your Vale, the first region, that several positive energy creatures began to seep through, apparating into the area and not really attacking you so much as filling you with this positive energy. And instead of harming you, it was healing you. Though the amount of healing you got was making things more dangerous in combination with being so close to the light itself, almost like being next to actual radiation. So you needed to make con saves at the end of every round, and depending on how much HP you were above your maximum, determined what caustic effects you would accrue from the effects here.
I would say that we should enter this encounter already wounded, but if it behaves differently than the first well, that would be a very stupid idea.
I mean, if you need to stab me a few times to get us
Okay.
going, that'd be fine, as long as my face doesn't look like it did last time.
Actually, maybe I should scout ahead first.
I'll go with you, Mr. Lincoln.
That's pretty good.
That's good. Can Opie and I scout up behind one of these statues and kind of survey the platform?
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
All right. And we'll just move there, I guess, and roll a stealth check.
Yeah.
My short little legs can't keep up with you, Mr. Lincoln.
Faster, child. Faster. 22.
Right. Yeah, you feel relatively stealthy as you push up ahead and attempt to peer around this area, see if there's anything of interest or note that is here already before you kind of kick things. As you peer around Lincoln, Opie close behind, you see a very similar setup and structure to the first Radiant Well. The stonework here, embellished in what looks like a mixture of it's not actual gold, it's just painted, look like it's yellow. You can see the cracks and age in the stonework here. The setup is old, very old, and it's probably been here for some time. This may have been the setup to the passage from the beginning, is to always try and keep the equilibrium of the light and dark that pervades this area, the entirety of the passage. As far as other creatures or anything else, beyond the tall stone figures that sort of stand here, their arms out extended as if to welcome in the light energy, no other creatures or anything appears without any sort of check. If you want to make a perception check, you can, but that's what you see.
Opie should do that. I think he's much better at perception than I am.
Perception.
Now, if we needed somebody to intimidate these statues, I'm your guy.
He's only got a +2.
Hey, well then we may as well roll together, I guess.
Sounds good. All right.
Oh,
High five with my little
okay.
Something.
Good OP card.
All right.
Good frog card.
A natty 20. Yeah, good stuff all around. Lankin and Opie, you both peer around, trying to see if... Is there anything specific you're looking at?
I'm gonna see if there's any signs that this is a different kind of radiant well than the other one, or if I don't know if those light serpents left behind any sort of scorches on the ground or anything from the last time, but I'm looking for that sort of stuff. I want to know what to expect before we open this thing.
Yeah, that's a good point to check for you. Yes, you remember the last time you ran into strange, what looked like almost like kind of draconic or serpentine-like creatures that wisped through the air. Their faces had a draconic look to them, and the only thing that they seemed to sport, no limbs, except for like a single, almost vestigial arm that sort of popped out from their backs that they attempted to rake across each touch you. They flew around. You do remember that as they flit through the air, occasionally touching some of the stone, that they did sort of sear it a bit with their positive energy or radiant energy. And with both of your checks, you do notice there are some very old stains of the area here that seem to be marked something. Perhaps, you're not sure exactly how many times this ritual needs to be done, or perhaps whatever previous party did this last time, however many years ago, probably ran into this.
Okay. Lincoln shudders.
I don't know if it's wholly different, but Obitha. Sometimes Professor Burke said that ritual sites are often purpose-built and to facilitate the rituals that they perform there. Can I tell anything specific about what's going to happen by the kind of surrounding structure?
That would be different from what you've experienced before?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
I would probably say it's a great perception check, but I would probably say that'd be probably more of a history or investigate.
Okay. Yeah, that's all right. We've seen the scorches.
I would say with your perception, the makeup of this site looks almost identical to the other one, other than, just a few differences in age and kind of pockmarks of the seem uniform in their construction.
Which one's the same? Oh, I think we'll see the same thing. Jesus. I'm done with that.
All right. I wave to the rest of the party to come up. Hey, you guys.
Before we get started, do we want to maybe, how you say, group positivity, make a speech?
Cast bless on the entire party.
Yes, beneficial magics all around.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna... What's Lincoln doing?
I want to test something.
Okay.
Jason, can I damage myself?
Not on Twitch.
Why not? Yeah, not in real life.
Lincoln unalives himself in Minecraft. No, Lincoln takes Lincoln reaches into his robe and you all hear a snapping noise and he takes a side of a rib out and just tosses it to the ground next to him. And I'll take, I don't know, should I roll damage for this or should I just say however much I want to hurt myself?
Give me a medicine check.
That's probably good. Ooh, all right, let's see. 8.
Okay. How much damage were you intending to do?
I was intending to do 14 damage to myself.
Okay, I'll say you can do 14 damage with an additional D10 roll.
Okay. Okay.
So you pull out a little more than you anticipated taking 20, but it's relatively close.
Yeah. You see just bones fall out of Lincoln and he kind of lists to one side and says, I want to see if this has any effect on the creatures. Regardless, this process is painful for me, so this means nothing.
Yes, that's a good point. Hey, kid, why don't you give me a good one right there? Come on. Hit me once.
Oh,
Hopefully, I've always wanted to do this.
okay. Punch him. Do an unarmed attack on him.
That's exactly what I'm doing. Hey, mister.
Two bludgeoning.
Nice.
two
Oh.
bludgeoning damage.
Could you move a little closer?
Uncle Jimmy's doing the spaghetti arms thing. He's just holding Opie by the forehead about 10 feet away and he can't reach.
Oh, geez, kid, you got quite a punch there. You ever decide to put that bow down? You could use your little noodly arms. Good job.
Put up your dukes. Put up your dukes.
I like that Opie's actually hardier than Bark is.
He's a warrior.
The area around here, the ambient nature of the bubbling swamp and the local fauna, the crackle of the nearby deadwood almost seems muted here. Sounds drowned out by almost a unnerving silence. The only thing you really hear in this vicinity is the soft hum that seems to emanate from the cover of the wall.
Hey.
Suppose we should get to it.
Shit. Who else? Here, I'm gonna. My last buff before we start is gonna long strider on Uncle Jimmy.
Nice.
Hey, I like that. Thank you. This an additional 10, right?
Yep. Additional 10.
You'll all also remember that the large stone top covered to the well, incredibly heavy. It's easy enough to spend the time that you need to push it, leaving some space, not fully pushing it off, but just almost rotating it enough to let at least a good 30 or so % of the cracked well pierce into this plane. However, at the end of the 3 rounds necessary to allow the light to pour in, we'll all need to make a strength check in order. If you don't pass the DC, you know that you'd likely need to wait until the following round, leaving yourself more vulnerable to things that are pouring out from the
Does anybody have enhance ability? The spell?
I think actually, wasn't it? Didn't I use my? Yeah, my.
Yeah, you have an aura for that.
Bear spirit, the bear spirit gives us advantage on strength checks, and
And we
+5.
certainly don't want the healing from the unicorn, so...
No.
Hey, put the unicorn down, Kevin.
No!
Yeah, no. I'm actually already gonna cast that. It's a bear spirit.
No.
It's the bear spirit grants you and your allies might and endurance. Each creature of your choice in the aura, when the spirit appears, grants you temporary hit points equal to 5 plus your druid level, so that's 10. In addition, you and your allies gain advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws while in there.
Where's that at? Where are you doing it at? And how big's the radius?
Radius is, I think, 30 feet. Yeah.
Leave me out of the radius to start with. Lincoln backs away while he does the bear.
It's a choice.
Oh, then he
You can
stays in the
exclude
bear.
Yeah.
Do you
And then
not
we're
want to be?
No,
Ping-
he wants to test his theory.
Ping
about
me
the
where you want to
thing.
put it.
I mean, I guess that's fine as long as we can be in the aura while pushing the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll say, yeah.
And you just won't get the temp HP but you still get the strength checks and everything.
Does anybody want Long Strider? I'm gonna upcast it to 2nd level. Long Strider, anybody? Anybody?
It doesn't prevent opportunity attacks,
Correct.
right?
It's just movement 10 feet.
I think we'll be fine, probably.
If you can take it, I've got 25 move, but I don't really remember moving that much during this encounter.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You're really the only melee character, so. But all right, I'll take it on Bart because extra move is always good.
Sure.
All right, let's do it.
Lincoln sort of sheepishly stands at the edge of the arena waiting for you all to open this thing.
Forte is going to channel Bless on our strikers.
Mm-hmm.
Opie, Uncle Jimmy, and Lincoln.
Yes.
3 characters.
Good.
Thanks, boss.
It's upcast of 3rd level.
Man, I gotta catch up my spells and I'll take that.
Am concentrating.
And just for argument's sake, since it is only for a minute, I will cast the bear like right as we start pushing.
Sure, yeah.
All right, who's opening this jam?
Yeah, who all is participating in pushing?
Push it. Yeah.
Right, everyone besides Lincoln then.
Bart can
I'm gonna move
do
up here.
strength, warhorse, riding horse.
I'll say cracking it open, you don't necessarily need a strength check. Or just collectively are able to begin pushing it off.
That's good. I got them linguini arms.
You all begin to push, shifting the stone, rotating it almost instead of trying to push it forward, just enough to allow the bright light to seep out. It's like staring into the sun. If the sun was right next to you 5 feet away, you squint your eyes as some of you lay your elbows and hands against it. The hum becomes louder. You can hear the broiling sound of pure energy of this light shifting out. Some of you catch a little bit of the unfiltered energy against your arms, and you can feel it almost sizzle against your skin. As you press against it, have everyone go ahead.
I'm not going to jinx myself, but I don't think I've had a single good initiative as a Dex-based character this entire campaign.
Welcome back.
Hey! Is that a good boy card?
It is a skill check.
Yeah, I think that technically check, right?
Oh, give me. Yeah, because bards get a bonus to it, yeah.
Yeah, good jack of all trades on it.
Hey, there we go.
Jimmy. Big initiative roll.
Oh, and I
that.
have one for Opie.
Oh, yeah.
Opie.
Ooh, that's good.
Hey, I didn't draw a card for Opie either.
I'm glad I didn't choose assassin.
Are you talking about like a
Why is that?
inspiration card?
His thing would never trigger if he chose assassin. You have to go before people in the first round of combat.
You need like another party member that either rolls high and swaps or has some sort of initiative bonus for you.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh,
nice.
it's fine not. It does affect the bugbear ability though.
Oh yeah, you don't get surprise attack either. That sucks. That's rough, man. That's rough.
I get it once. I got one use out of my species ability. Is that what we
It's
call that?
fine. It's fine.
All right. As you finish pushing what you feel like is enough space to allow the pure, unfiltered energy of positive energy plane to begin pouring through, you see up above as it shoots into the sky. The light becomes piercing as the entire area becomes filled with a golden light. As it does, you begin to see several creatures that begin to apparate from the coalescing golden light in the vicinity.
They're here.
And appearing, shifting and waning, bulbous-looking creature or thing begins to move out of the light with several. Each of these things are about 15 feet up in the air, and I'm going to say let's kick the initiative off. First up will be Lincoln. What do you do?
Well, so for flavor purposes, it doesn't actually do anything to my character, but for flavor purposes, Lincoln yells out in pain, and you see like black smoke rising out of his robe. But he nevertheless soldiers on and is going to do Hunter's Mark on this feller here. And I'm gonna throw a dagger at this guy, and then we'll see what happens from there. 9 to hit.
Was that big boy or one of the babies?
It's one of the babies.
All right. Versus one of the babies that will miss.
Yep. I'll take my second attack versus one of the babies. 17.
17 will hit.
I deal 15 damage to it, and I'm going to.
Will you ping me which one that was? Sorry, I missed your initial.
It was the one with the Hunter's Mark on it.
All right. With your Hunter's Mark, you stab it hard. Is that piercing damage?
It is magical piercing damage.
Right. And you said 15?
15. It's 2 psychic for what it's worth. I don't think it matters.
And 2 additional psychic?
So it's 13 piercing and 2 psychic.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, thank you. Yeah, you fling one of your blades its way, and it catches it right in the face as its blood spills out from an eye. It almost collapses with your strike.
Oh shit! Oh, I'm blessed. Hold on. Wait, let's see if the first one maybe hits. No, 10 probably still misses, right?
Yeah, 10 will miss.
Okay. All right. Worth a shot. Lincoln steps back 1 and ends his turn.
All right. The pulsing energy that is in this area, Lincoln, burns your skin, even though you have none. Burns your bones. It's like an Undertale thing. Your bones are burning. Forte, you're up.
Perfect. So Forte is going to do Forte things, which are very, very low on combat. I'm going to summon a spiritual weapon as my bonus action.
Well, look at that. I had it right here.
So an anvil
Uh-huh.
operates
I
next
figured.
to Lankin's target to follow up. Then I'm able to swing with it.
Yep.
When I summon it, so this is going to be at a +6.
Natural 20.
Welcome back indeed. We're slinging crits all over the place today.
It's 10. That's 4. Yeah, 10 force.
What does it look like when you remove this thing from this plane of existence?
The spectral anvil flies through
Looney
the
Tunes.
little thing, and it kind of bursts into pixels. It's kind of
Right.
explodes like a firework.
It is down. That one falls, dissipating into pixel.
My main action will be to dodge.
Okay, taking dodge action. You got it.
I've got nothing else. Thank you.
All right. You can feel the sizzle being this close to the unfiltered energy, the positive energy plane. Professor Bark, you're up.
Number OP. The most reliable evidence is empirical. He steps away from the big old goober.
That thing is up 15 feet, so it can't take an attack of opportunity against it.
Ignore what I said there, OB. It seems kind of nonsensical. He's gonna reach in his pocket and pull out some pitons and throw them at the dragon.
Pitons, yeah.
With a catapult. It's all in the delivery. It's all in the hips. It's all in the hips. Makes a dexterity save of 13.
Okie dokie. I'm gonna do public roll.
Ow.
Sorry. Passes.
Yeah. Bonus actions. I got bonus actions. Well, shit, that didn't go well, and he cashed away on his club.
All right.
Staff.
Okay. Anything else, Professor Bark?
That's good for now.
Right. Tyne, your spiritual bear is up. Everyone feels a little stronger with the presence and might of spiritual bear here. Probably enough to get this thing closed when the time calls for it. What would you like to do?
Might just throw some fire at one of these things, maybe. I'm not sure, because I don't have much damage to do. Yeah, for now I'm just gonna produce flame and toss it at the one Professor Bark attacked.
Sure.
But other yeah. So 20 to hit.
20 will hit.
10 fire damage.
All right, you sling. What is this from? Firebolt.
Produce flame.
Produce flame. All right. Yeah, you watch as the creature just wisping through the air, just sort of like catches on fire, almost like it combusts as you deal 10 fire damage to it.
And I will just, I will hold here, wait to just keep the well open.
Sure. Okay. It is the large bulbous creature's turn next. It's featureless round, if you could call it a face. The front end of it begins to shift, looking at you, Tyne, who's the closest, but then turns its attention, almost as if it is surveying the area before finally turning around and begins moving towards Lane.
My theory was correct.
And it moves down within melee range. And she said, "Help me."
Yes.
I was right. Shit.
Let's see. Okay. It slings a tentacle your way. I don't know why that's a D20 plus P. Buttons are. The first attack will miss. It slings with another tentacle. Wow.
I'm float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, baby.
Yeah, another
Come
miss.
on.
And then another. And then one more for a natural 20.
Wait!
Oh.
I turned it into a normal hit.
Yes.
Nice.
Okay. Nice. Good use of your card. Wow, that came in handy. Yeah, the tendril slings out. And as it touches against you, wrapping around one of your bony arms, Lincoln, you feel radiant energy pulse through your body. It would have been much more, however, you're able to move just in a fortuitous circumstance to only take normal damage, which will be, this is going to be 11 points of radiant damage that you are healed in HP for.
My theory was right. Cool.
And that creature is done, which brings us to Opie. By the way, this thing is now, it's still like 5 feet up, but of course, like within melee range of you, Lincoln, and whomever else. So, Opie, you're up.
Whoa.
The other's still 15 feet up in the air.
Mr. Lincoln made a friend.
It was right. Black ichor dripping from his mouth and eyes.
What? These guys, they have to touch us to do something, to inflict the pain on us or something like that, right?
Yeah, you get the sense that they probably have to touch you, yes.
Okay.
Although you're not sure if they have some form of ranged attack. I think anyone's figured that out. Knowledge checks are free, by the way. Wanna throw that out? This group sometimes just likes to hack and slash, but knowledge checks are free.
Professor Bark says the first thing to do is to survey the land. I'll make a nature check on them.
Cool.
Yeah, nature seems suitable. Unless I can talk you into animal handling.
Is it against the smaller ones or the larger one?
The little ones, yeah.
I feel like nature would be better. I'll take an animal handling, but it won't tell you as much.
No, I didn't believe that I was going to talk you into animal handling. 14.
14. Opie is at least able to identify that these smaller creatures, these almost like serpentine, draconic-looking ones, with small vestigial arm attached to them, these are creatures known as ravids. They come from the positive energy plane. They're bizarre creatures imbued with a positive energy, and it's said that their touch can animate lifeless objects around them.
Oh. But that sounds awesome. I don't think I want that around. I'm gonna. This is why they call me Opie Stickyfoot. And he wraps an arrowhead in a bunch of bramble and stuff.
Nice.
We will make an attack, which is required by this action, or was that part of this? Nope, that's just extra stuff. Open my wrong page. Here we go. Yeah. Well, hit.
12 versus AC, unfortunately, will miss.
You're blessed.
Son of a gun. 4. Haha, 18. Oh,
18?
16, sorry, I don't know where I got it.
It's okay.
16.
16 will hit.
Haha, it has to make a DC 13 strength check.
Alright, it's going to attempt to do so. With a 4, even with bonuses, that will fail.
Alright. Restrained by magical binds until the spell ends.
Right.
While restrained, the target takes piercing damage on each of its turns. A creature restrained, or that can touch the creature, can use an action to strength check against it to take it to free itself. All right, cool.
That try and break out, it needs to make like a strength check opposed to something.
Correct. Yeah, otherwise it's restrained.
Yeah,
I don't remember
Opie.
exactly what that.
Opie uses his abilities, and everyone sees through some of the older cracks and crevices of this long-standing structure outshoot a number of vines that begin to wrap quickly around the ravid, holding it in place as it begins to struggle. It looks like it's probably making noises, probably some type of cute draconic noise, but it is it's deafened by the sound of the humming coming from the radiant world.
Restrained. I think restrained gives me. Just gonna check restrained. Okay, yeah. Oh, nice. Okay, so the next shot is gonna be at advantage.
Nice.
Advantage. 22 for 13
Nice.
piercing damage.
22 will hit, yes.
Then there's the gathering form for an additional 4.
Nice, dude.
Okay, with the additional 4 damage, what does it look like when you down this thing?
4 is piercing damage.
That's fine.
Okay. It's just like a cartoon where like ants swarm and then there's just a carcass left over.
Nice.
That's why they call me Sticky Foot.
That's cool.
All right. Good job, Opie. Uncle Jimmy up next.
As the wall was opening, he was gonna hold his cigar over there and see if it lit from the radiant light, hoping that it would. Either way, he puts it between his lips and looks over at the other radiant dragon.
You pull it back, Uncle Jimmy, and there's actually at the tip of the cigar, there's like the rolled paper has begun to turn green. A number of small leaves sprouted up.
He looks at it for a minute. I guess no holy smokes for me tonight, and flick it on the ground. I'm gonna take a bonus action to aim at this dude, getting advantage on my attacks. Like you said, these things were rabbits, right? My nephew Mario's dealt with a few of these. I'll bada boom, and I'm gonna take a shot.
Awful.
Oh,
Awful.
Shameless.
Let's see if Roll20 likes that. Okay, all right. A hit.
Loves it.
Alright. Awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
So I get my sneak attack, and since they have not acted yet, I do get my creepy, long, lanky
Oh.
bugbear bonus. That's what is it, 2d6? I haven't even. Yeah, there.
I don't get to use this skill.
So that's 15. That's 21 damage.
Nice. What does it look like when you remove this thing from existence?
Quick shot, and should it have a corporeal form, pin it to the wall.
For just a second, it is pinned before its body begins to shift, turning into translucent and flaky, almost goldish radiant scale. Body disappears from.
Jimmy's gonna point to the sprouting cigar and look to Bark and kind of gesture to it. Sure, he can't hear anything because it's like a microwave in here, so he just kind of points at it as in like, maybe check that out later. And I'm in my turn.
Right. You end your turn, and normally it would be the turn of the Rabbids up next. However, all removed from this plane of existence. It is the end of the first round, 2 more to go. No one is above their maximum hit points, temporary HP not counting. Thus, everyone give me a Constitution save with advantage.
Oh, we did it. We did it, everybody. Damn.
15.
Damn.
22.
Damn.
Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Sheesh.
Woo.
This is 20.
All right. Yeah, that's good stuff, everyone. Everyone can feel the effects. You are full of vigor. You feel like between the mixture of Tyne's spirit bear and the positive energies of this pure light, you feel like you could move mountain. You feel strong. Your muscles tense. Your adrenaline pumps. You feel like too much of this would be very bad for you. But everyone makes their saves this round. At the end of the turn, several more creatures begin to sift through the light, pouring out. That we roll back up to the top. Lincoln, you're up.
Okay, so we got this guy. Anybody got a fireball? We don't have any, like, blasters. That'd be pretty dope.
Yeah. Got Scorching Ray. That's it. Oh, lightning?
Lightning wouldn't be terrible, but it's not raining out. Okay, well, I need to get rid of... I'm just going to take an attack of opportunity here. Is this guy restrained, or was that something else?
That was another creature.
Okay. I'm going to probably take an attack of opportunity here.
He sure will! Tries to lash at you with a tentacle. Misses.
Hey! I'm going to use my bonus action to move Hunter's Mark to this guy.
Sure.
And we're gonna throw a dagger at him. And that's gonna get a D4 for bless.
Bless.
Ooh, 15.
15 misses.
Oh. Alright, throw another dagger at him. 18, I'm guessing hits.
18 misses.
Miss! Well, hold on. I got a bless situation.
With a bless,
here. 21.
hits.
All right, there we go. That is going to be shit rolls.
Oh no.
12 damage. Magic.
Okay.
Piercing
Right.
psychic.
You reorient your aim with the second toss of a dagger. This one, like, meet your target, or dagger sort of disappears in the form of the creature. You assume it hit. Seems to shift around a little bit, slightly un.
Did it look like I heard him?
Looks like you probably heard.
Okay. I'm still the lowest health, right?
Yeah, I think
I
so.
think
Yeah,
everyone should be able to see their HP, so I think that's the case. Yeah. I think.
Yeah. All right, so Lincoln just sort of slowly backpedals down the hill. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna do with my turn.
Okay.
I'm still facing the well. You see the like smoke and ichor kind of like lessen as Lincoln gets further away from the well, and he's just watching the creatures to see what they do. And that's it for my turn.
All right. That means Forte, you're up next.
Forte is going to bonus action move the anvil to try to attack Lankin's target.
Here, let me. Oh yeah, you go.
Thank you. And that will be a spell attack. For a 17 versus AC.
17 will miss.
I'm going to, for giggles, if I want to use Circlet of Blasting, it says it has 1 charge. Does that give me all the rays, or does that only give me 1 ray?
I think if the cast includes multiple rays, then that is included.
That's what it says.
Action, cast the Scorching Ray spell.
Scorching Ray spell.
Oh, that does 3 rays?
On the
I've been doing 1 ray like a fucking idiot this whole time.
It says 1 charge, 2d6, 3 rays.
God,
Yeah, I'm gonna assume on 1 charge you get whatever the full effect of the spell is, which would be 3 rays.
So,
because that would be the intent of the spell. So yeah, 3 rays.
So what I'm gonna do is, because I want to see, this is my science. I want to see if we could do some fire damage to it, because Luke said fireball might work. We're gonna see how it likes.
I was just thinking anything that could blow everything, including ourselves, up would probably work.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't have anything like that, unfortunately. But I could do this. I'm gonna drop Devil's Bargain.
Okay,
here.
what?
Oh.
My card. I want to gain advantage on this spell attack.
Okay.
But if I don't like it, I'm gonna re-roll the d20 and lose 1/8 life. I'm gonna cheese it and re-roll 1 I don't like anyway.
We'll keep that nearby as you do.
Nice.
So that's what I plan on doing here. Here comes the roll.
Oh, 25 will hit. You don't even need anything.
Okay, I want to immediately re-roll the 13 though and take 1d8 damage.
Okay, sure.
I'll take 5.
Reroll that 13. Get us a crit. Give Daddy a
4. So the 4 plus the 6 would be a 10. So 25 to hit.
Yeah,
third ray too.
totally hits.
I cast it. I roll it once and I just on a hit target takes. I don't know. I read it wrong. Okay.
3 separate rolls. 3 separate.
Okay. A 17 and a 9, so just a 25.
What was the? Okay. Yep.
8 fire.
All right. It does seem to slightly disturb the creature, as you get the sense that it is doing some amount of damage.
Okay. I will then. This is inside the well, so I think I'm in good position. I'll shift. No, I won't. I'll stay right there. That's it for me.
Playing it safe, Professor Bark up next. Several more creatures are shifting around in the pillar of light about to spring forward.
Oh, are these not there yet?
No, they're there. They're there.
Oh, okay.
It's just like this pillar of light kind of pushing through the well, and you can kind of see them moving, but you can still hit them with a melee range.
Sounds good. I'm sure I have something in here, he says, like with the biggest like shit-eating grin on his face. He goes, "Here, have this." He throws out his entire potion bags across all the nasties in front of us. Tasha's casting brew.
Wow, yeah, that is just right in the middle of all of them, isn't it?
Fucking perfect.
Oh, that's pretty
nice,
dope.
dude.
That's
Hit
pretty fucking
4
dope.
of them with it. Each of those make a DC 13 dexterity save
Is that all creatures or the 4 that are sort of like in the well?
in the line that I'm drawn there.
Okay. I'm gonna make 4 d20s here, and then we'll just go through and see.
Yes.
What's the DC? 13.
13.
And that was a dex save.
Yeah. So these two in the middle, and then which whenever you decide that 9 is.
So I'll just go from where you're shooting at your ray. This passes. Middle 2 fail. Last big one passes.
All right. They take 2 acid damage and are covered in acid. They have to use an action to scrape off the acid, otherwise take acid on their turn.
And that's just the 2 in the center, right?
Correct.
Cool. Yeah, you see, even though there's sort of this radiant, scintillating form, you still notice the caustic brew of this, like, maybe purplish, greenish liquid from your potion does cover their forms.
Yes, well, shit. I think I'll try and move away from this one.
Oh, he wants to try and touch you.
Try, big boy.
And he probably
Ouch.
does.
Yes.
Ouch! Fuck.
I was right. Shit.
You watch as this thing flits its tail your way as you try to move away from it. Hits you with an energy lash. Or 12 points of healed energy beyond your maximum hit point.
Oh boy. I'll track that on the blue bar. Nope, that's what I use for my... No, that'll work. Alright. That didn't work for some reason. Save. Alright.
Polar Knight says, I love this in the men's beards. It is a perfect evolution of beard growth. Welcome, Polar Knights. Happy to have you, my Professor Bark, anything else? Good stuff.
My turn.
All right.
Well, I might as well use my movement here. Hold on.
Yeah, you already took the attack of opportunity. May as well.
7, 8. Hide me, Uncle Jimmy.
You're hiding behind the road.
That'll be it, yeah.
Okay. That brings us to time. Several creatures begin pouring from the scintillating light of the well.
Thinking these things don't look very super fast or mobile. Time takes an incredibly long drag off its pipe and casts a cloud into the sky and calls lightning.
Hell yeah.
So I'm gonna cast it on right. No, this one. Right here. Actually, no. I'm sorry. This one. Because I don't want to include. So everything within a 5-foot radius of that mark. So
It's going to include the 3 creatures there. Yep.
Yep. Have to make a dexterity saving throw.
What's the DC?
15.
All right. Going top to bottom. The one in the center of the well passes. Other 2 fail.
Alright,
Nope.
so on a fail, you take the full 15 points of lightning damage. No extra because we're not in a storm, and the failed save gets half.
And that's the 15?
Yeah, 15 is total, so the ones who save take half.
Right. You call this lightning strike that comes down. It begins to churn the clouds up above. You can barely see them because it is still blight time. Outside of this area, it's almost as if the world does not exist. And you're able to see, as the black clouds form, a lightning bolt pierces through quickly down, strikes the 3 nearby. You see bits and pieces of the stone of this actual structure fleck around a bit as the lightning strike does that thing where just as quickly as it struck down nearby, it shoots back up. Anything else? Fine.
No, that will be my turn.
Right, good stuff. Very nice. That brings us over to the large, flying bulbous creature. This one begins to flit 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and is going to attempt to reach out and touch somebody.
Lincoln's kiting.
Yeah, he kind of is. Let's see here. That's going to be a... that's going to be a 17 versus AC.
Oh, it meets. So that's a hit.
Right. This will be then 12 points of healed energy as it attempts to strike you with 3 more tendrils.
I'm over the max.
4 will miss. 9,
Dang it.
another hit. This will be for an additional of healed 10 HP, and then the final tendril. That may... Okay, that's gonna miss. That would be... Well, hang on just a second.
My AC 17, so if it's...
Oh, okay, yeah, no, you're right, you're right. Yeah, a couple strikes and some misses as the creature blows over your way. The creature here in the center of the well, does it take damage at the start of its turn for the acid stuff, Professor Bart?
Correct. I think it's 2d4. Yeah,
that call lightning is sick.
Damage.
All right, very good stuff. You can see the sizzle in the creature. Some of the caustic brew covers it. It attempts to make some strikes towards Tyne.
Oh, no.
That is going to be 16 versus AC. Tyne. Okay.
Yes.
All right, wasn't green. You are healed for 8 points, going beyond your maximum. You're already at full. As it tries to touch you with 3 more tendrils, it will just roll all the way through. Hit, miss.
Yeah.
Well, just to double check, 12 versus AC.
No, that misses.
Okay, and then that's going to be 12 and 11.
40.
Yeah, for 23 more additional healed points. As it touches you, you feel this innervating energy, a healing, almost restorative energy. It feels good as it begins to fleck against you. Some of the cuts, the bruises and wounds, the scars on your body almost begin to heal some. That thing is done, which brings us to Opie. You're up.
Oh boy, Mr. Let's see here. Oh, actually, no, that works. Okay. I met this. Opie reaches into his bag and he pulls out a jar of fireflies. He said, I made some friends, look! And they immediately all swarm around the bad guys. He casts fairy fire. Yeah. DC 14 dexterity save.
And that's
all
at the
of
one
them,
in the middle?
including Tynar. Yeah. Everybody in front of Opie.
We'll go in clockwork. Last one. DC 14.
14. Oh.
Yeah. All are gonna save.
On the bitches. And Tynar also needs to make a
Yeah,
save.
what about Professor Bark? Get him
kind of
covered
save?
in some fairy fire.
Dexterity. Oh.
Just a fart of an action.
Opie like pulls out this jar of fireflies and then lets them loose, saying this epic thing, and the fireflies like fly into the just pure unfiltered radiant energy and just like die. They just like explode. Yeah.
That's amazing.
I was gonna eat those.
It's like them flying into a big old bug zapper.
Yeah.
I don't think he has any bonus actions. No. That'll be it. I don't think he needs to move.
Okay, a solid attempt. That brings us to Uncle Jimmy up next. Several more creatures have invaded the area here of the well.
So, rules lawyer on this, the bugbear ability says surprise attack. If you hit a creature that has not taken a turn yet in the current combat with an attack roll, it takes an extra 2d6. Since these three just spawned, would that count?
I knew.
They spawned at the end of the turn of last turn, so technically this is a new round, so they have not yet moved. That would technically trigger.
Okay, I just want to check. I'm pretty sure just a regular attack hitting with a sneak attack would kill them, but I just want to make sure.
Sure.
I'm gonna take a shot at the one in front of me. Sha. Does an 11 hit?
11 gonna miss, unfortunately. If you have a bless, I'd get that rolled.
I do have a bless.
D4.
That's a 4. 15?
Were you aiming at one of the smaller ones or the larger one?
The smaller one.
That will just hit.
Alright, awesome.
Bye.
And yeah, what one were you aiming at?
The one in front of me.
Yeah, it catches your bolt as it's like pushed back into the light. You kind of see what is the last bits of its silhouette as the light takes over, and it is just gone.
Awesome. Alright, I'm going to... This one already has damage on it. I'd rather go for taking something out. Period.
It's only got a little bit of damage on it. It's gonna like push you over the edge. Oh, you'll be fine. You got it.
Alright, I'm gonna bonus action, crossbow expert, take another shot.
Bless.
Well, yeah, get that bless in there. Bless coming in clutch with a lot of these like misses turns to hits. That time, unfortunately, will be a miss though.
That's a shame. I'll hold my ground. And
Okay.
end my turn.
All right, that means the Ravids are up next. One next to Opie immediately takes a little bit of damage.
6.
That is enough. The creature lets out what looks like a cry, but is muffled over the sound of the caustic nature of the radiant well itself as it falls back into light. The other one is going to move, shifting here, and attempts an energy lash at Tom. This may miss. That is going to be, let's double check here, 12 versus AC.
Oh.
Right. It attempts to lash your way and misses. With that, these creatures are done. That is the end of the round. Everyone, please give me a Constitution saving throw. If you're not above your maximum hit points, you get advantage.
Ooh.
Bark Elbows Forte says, those were the failed attempts at the armor potion I threw on that one.
I'm gonna +1 mine for 13.
I am going...
I think +1's gonna help me.
I'm gonna force advantage on mine.
Sure.
Advantage. And all the advantage. Yes.
Okay, let's go through. Forte, 12 total.
13, please.
13, you're all right. Tyne, 7 total.
Yes, sir.
No bueno. How much above your maximum hit points are you?
You do have bless.
I don't. 60. 23.
You're 23 above your max. And what's your max number?
I'm at 61 at the moment.
Right.
61 over 38.
Ooh.
Maybe I'll lightning myself next round.
You should. Why not?
Yeah, and hit the other two as well.
Self DPS.
It couldn't hurt that much.
Not at this point.
What's like the most fireball-y fireball wizard subclass? It's like
Tyne, you are in
oblivion.
You're incredibly close to the radiant light, and it begins to sear your skin from just how caustic it is. You suffer first-degree burns. Whenever you take fire damage, you take an additional point of fire damage. Magic healing cures the burns. Alternatively, they'll heal on their own in 3 days.
It'd be fine. That's actually probably helpful right now.
Mine was a 10.
Yeah, going through 10 total. Lincoln, what's your max hit points and how much are you over?
13 over.
And your max hit point normal number is?
My max is 44.
Well, this is interesting because you're like just bone. Lincoln, your outfit is made up of more than just bone, right? It's like some rag clothing
like leather
and
rag clothing and stuff.
yeah, some of the embellishments in between your antlers and some of the cloth clothing and this ragged clothing you have on your, from just the searing energy of the positive energy from this nearby creature as it lashes your way, it burns away some of it. So it is cosmetic.
Oh, no. Like, that was what I was doing anyway.
So okay, that's for you. Uncle Jimmy, 16 total.
That's a 20 total because I had bless.
Okay, you're all right. Professor Bark, what was your total? And Opie's as well?
15 for both of us.
Okay, both fine then. So far, so
Fine.
good.
I was over max. I don't know if that changes anything.
You are over max. Essentially, that's just raising the DC that you...
Okay.
And depending on how far you are over your max.
Yeah.
You all know that this is the final round that you need to keep this thing open. And looking to tack this down, 2 more creatures begin to apparate nearby.
Feeling a pinch.
Lincoln, you're up.
I am going to spend a bonus action and use Misty Step.
Ooh.
Lincoln disappears in a acrid fog and moves 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I'm going to throw a dagger at that guy.
Nice. You see the number of like radiant sway as the creature looks around looking for a sling one of your...
Back here, motherfucker. 23.
Total hit.
And I'm going to follow up with an advantage on my next roll. I should have done it on that one. I would have crit. That would have been super cool. Which one of these have taken damage?
The one in the middle.
The one in the middle?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do an advantage roll on that guy in the middle. I'll just kind of like split throw daggers in each direction.
Okay.
26.
Total
Nice.
hit.
Guy in the middle takes 8.
Right.
Guy over here takes 13.
Nice.
Okie dokie. you just like splay out one or maybe even several arms as you sling daggers in multiple directions. They strike their targets.
Well, Misty Step, marking down my spell slots. And I'll move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 underneath the armpit of this statue up here.
Sure.
Yeah. And that'll be
All right. Good stuff. That brings us to Forte. The last round that you need to keep this well open to do your job as a well-wisher.
First, I want to history check the big ball and see if I've heard of anything that even remotely resembles it.
Sure.
Just even of a name, a description, a name, anything.
Sure.
An 11.
With an 11, you have heard stories of beings. Some call them the Energon. Some have called them other stranger names. Zagya, Zagyi, that feed on different sorts of energy. This is likely one of those creatures, but with an 11, you're not really sure any other details.
Okay. Flip of a coin. Do I damage or do I try and punch Tyne in the face to try and make him not explode?
I'm gonna
Punch Tyne in the face.
Punch Tyne in the face.
Punch
I
Bark
actually
in face. I can hit time.
Oh, punch the pinata.
Oh, punch Bark. Bark hurt.
Punch Bark.
Yeah. I have something for Bark that I can do as a free action.
What a weird combat counter.
I'll hurt time.
Kill me!
You hurt me.
Fucking kill me!
I'm gonna hurt myself, so.
Tyne just slits his throat.
I mean, you're way over there, aren't you?
Yeah, he's like a zillion over. So with all this noise and commotion,
Actually, see Tyne's muscles. He's usually like an older, not like skinny,
Stretched
but
out.
just, like not super muscly. Now he looks a little hulked out, actually. His muscles brim.
bonus action to move the anvil 5, 10, 15, 20, and the anvil is going to gut punch Tyne.
All right. You see a silhouette in this piercing light of the pillar of the Radiant Well, Tyne, as you see the spiritual weapon, this large spiritual anvil pouring through as it attempts to smash you right into the chest.
16 versus AC.
Hit.
Take 10 force damage. And Forte, with his main action, will Warhammer uppercut Professor Bark.
It's okay.
For 9 versus AC. Sorry, guy.
I'm about 6 inches taller than that shot.
That's all I could do.
Right. A worthy attempt and some good stuff there. Professor Bark, the last round.
Professor Bark digs into his pocket and pulls out a potion and drinks it down.
Professor Bark, you feel like it may be a good idea to try to be close to the well so you help push this thing back on top to close it.
That is the idea.
Stuff.
At a target. Oh, well, this isn't as cool as I thought it was going to be, but all the same, Professor Bark downs a potion, walks over, and just explosively burps at Tynar. You got a DC 13 dexterity save or take 14 fire damage.
7. You said how much? 14?
14, yeah. Potion is an action, right?
Normal, like, healing potions are. I don't know if a potion of fire breath is.
Drink potion action, bonus action exhale.
It doesn't state that it's an action to drink it.
I think by default it is.
Yeah.
Is it just like a default potion drink as an action?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll say that took your action. You still get to make the strength save in terms of like closing the well, but yeah, that'll take an action on your turn to drink that potion. But the bonus action lets you exhale it. You're still good.
Excellent.
It is.
While engulfed in flames, Time uses it to light a new bowl.
Did we need to make a? Did we need to close it this turn?
At the end of this round is when you're all going to make, as a free action, a strength check to attempt to close the well.
Okay.
If you're unable to meet the DC as a group check, you have to wait another round to attempt it again. Basically, the idea is the longer you attempt to do this, the more enemies are going to push through the radiant plane.
What the man is for.
Sounds good.
Or
I think between 5 of us on it, we should be okay.
All with advantage.
Yeah.
and bless on 2 pushers. Or Lankin, are you in range? No, you're up there.
No.
So 2 people are gonna have bless, and we
Lincoln's
all
going
have
to push the
advantage.
statue down on it.
Might work.
After
Thank
excusing my terrible manners, Tynar, it is your turn.
Sign her up.
So calm
Tynar.
the lightning to
Tynar.
right here. So that'll include myself.
Ping me again. Is it going to hit the 2 that are adjacent to you? Okay.
Yes.
And spiritual weapon as well.
Spiritual weapon, I don't think can be hit. I think
Oh.
it's,
Yeah, I don't. It's
Okay.
intangible.
It's
it's a
DC,
spectral weapon. It's not.
15 dex.
1 nat 20s. The other makes it. They'll take half damage of 20 lightning for 10.
It may be too late, but can I put this on the big guy?
Sure. Yeah, that one was a natty 20, so it rolls again for an 18, unfortunately. Rolls high. But hey, good attempt.
Can I attack you into that 18?
I mean, honestly, if you want to play that card,
Oh, for real? Yeah. Hell yeah.
it will have to make the save one more time for Shig.
There it is. 19.
Okay. Well, the DC was 15. Let me just double check.
Be close.
I don't think that these things are okay. They got a decent dex mod, but not enough to meet the save. You
Unless
take
it's
the full
perfectly
damage.
dexterous.
That's why I chose this. They don't
And-
look overly dexterous.
Up at the top of where the pillar of light pierces through the clouds, you see another brightly lit flash of this white bluish light as a lightning strike strikes down. The thunder cracking through the area, deafening for just a second to overtake the loud hum of the pillar of light piercing through as the creatures nearby take. Anything else, Tyne?
No. Gonna wait to close this thing.
Right. That is the Energon's turn up next. I'm gonna do in clock time. Let's go ahead and roll for that poison damage in the middle though.
Oh, right, yeah. Alright. 6. What a surprise.
Right. This one's gonna begin. What is this? Move 5, 10.
Ew.
Uh-oh.
It's gonna try and reach out and touch Opie. We'll make all the rolls now.
No, Mr. Bad Touch.
What's Opie's AC? Just to
15, so what's the total for the 6?
6 will miss, others will hit. So let's go through here. That is 10, 9,
19
and then 8.
is 27.
27 healed damage beyond Opie's maximum. Opie feels several tendrils run across his body, and whatever nicks and scratches he's gotten over his time of being a little frog warrior begins to heal, and he feels a healing energy run through him. It feels good, but also dangerous.
I feel the thrill of battle.
This one, what is this one gonna do? Well, that's one begins to fly up towards Link.
Ooh, be reasonable.
Four attacks coming your way.
The all but one hit.
Right. In that case, let me just pull this up. So that's 3, 6, 26
Oh, no.
healed energy.
That's so bad. Like it's about to fucking bite it.
Lincoln sounds like a kettle about to boil over.
The one here in the middle is going to attempt to reach out with several tendrils at time.
Oh, hi.
no.
Jason, what are these
Jesus.
rolls?
Oh no, this is why I'm doing them public so you can see.
Every one of those is above his AC.
Yeah, it is.
He can have a +0, he can have a negative modifier and still hit him.
All right, bud. You're going to, hey, you're going to heal for 38 points.
I like it.
Tyne was looking like muscled, almost ripped in this positive energy, but now you begin to see his muscles begin to grow, expanding almost to an abnormal size. That one's
That's a
done.
lot.
This one-
Sheet of fish to the North Star.
Yeah, this one's gonna fly over to Forte and attempt to strike it in with 4. What's AC of Forte?
20.
All right, none of those hit.
Yeah, there you go.
Actually, one meets, the very last one,
Okay.
for 8 points of healed energy.
Okay.
It can go beyond your
healing.
maximum.
Do I have to make a concentration save because I'm not taking damage?
No. No
Bless
con
is up,
save needed.
boys.
I didn't even think to ask about that.
Yeah, this works in the reverse. This feels good. It's like sugar. Too much of a good thing can eventually be bad for you, but no con saves. It's not like you're wincing from taking damage. It almost feels euphoric, this energy. Dangerous almost. They are done, meaning that Opie is up next.
Oh boy. I have the plan. You put a... Oh no, he's... Alright, we'll just shoot at this one. Let's try an ensnaring strike. Wait, what does it work when you upcast the spell? Second law, oh, more damage. Yeah, that sounds good. We'll save us. Sure. So ignore that, ignore that, ignore that. Alright. Attack roll 17 on the big bogan.
17 versus AC on the big boy misses.
Bless.
Oh, yeah, bless.
Good reminder.
Aha, 19.
19 will hit.
Make a
Oh.
DC 13 strength save.
Joop. This may fail. Let me just double check this. Yes, fails.
Cool. I think ensnaring strike doesn't work on a large creature. Larger creature has advantage on this saving throw, so
You goober.
my bad.
Still fails. Even worse that time.
Alright, it takes 8 piercing damage plus 6 piercing damage.
Right.
And I
Opie.
have advantage on my next shot. And then
Firing
it's
off some bolts.
restrained. Advantage.
Bless.
Yeah, get that plus in.
17.
Is this towards the one in the middle?
Oh, yes, he won. Nice.
Yeah.
The 13 points, 15
That'll-
damage.
That'll hit.
Alright, and that one is restrained.
Mm-hmm. Putting a little arm or a little grasping hand on him.
We
Cool. Anything else, Opie?
I'm too scared to move.
Good stuff. Uncle Jimmy, up next. You feel as though it is almost time to attempt to close this thing to stop these creatures from doing the nasty nature that... What do you do?
Which one of you guys were at the highest? It was Forte that needed?
Definitely Tynara.
Yeah, I'm only 3 over my max right now.
Oh, unless you can get to Lincoln. He's probably fine.
I'm at almost double my hit points.
I can hit both of you to help out. Uncle Jimmy's gonna use his bonus action as a rogue to disengage and run through all of you goons. I could see him probably from there, Lincoln, yeah?
I would say... yeah, I'd say you're fine there. Yeah.
Okay. Looking at Tyne, I'm gonna say, smoking's bad for you. It's ancient knowledge. And I'm gonna use ancient secrets to deal 2d6 necrotic damage to him.
Yeah, cool.
Only since the 60s did they prove it. How crazy is that?
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Fine, you take 12 necrotic. It's a pick 2, so I choose advantage on my attack against Lincoln. Hey, buddy, you look like you should have a bone back.
Hurt me.
Oh. Bone daddy. Good thing he has advantage. So that's 18 plus blood.
I mean, if you'll allow it, I will stand perfectly still so he can get sneak attack. Like I want him to hit me hard.
I do have advantage on the attack, so I get sneak attack.
Oh, you're good then. All right.
He's like, don't worry, I got you. Fucking hit you.
Don't worry, let me hit you between them.
That was just awful.
Just 11? That's all?
Yeah, it was nothing but 1s and 2s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought I hit harder on the freaking 2d6. Jeez.
Well, thank you for trying.
So that's 11 damage to you then. And that's my turn.
All right, a good attempt. That brings us towards the last bits of the turn, which are the whatever's left of the rabbits. One next to Tyne tries to hit him with one final energy lash. That is going to be 17 versus AC. Right. In that case, you take that is going to be 18 healed hit above your max.
Oof. Nice.
Why more than 18 above?
And then with that, everyone comes to a close with this round. Need you all please make me Constitution save. If you're not above your maximum hit points, you get advantage. And then you feel like it'll be time to close the well.
Bless.
Forte, are you above your maximum hit point?
I'm above my maximum hit points.
How many and what are your maximum hit?
3 above. Maximum hit point is 48.
Okay, fine. Tyne. Pretty strong check, but how many hit points extra do you have, and what is your normal maximum?
I'm at 81. My normal is 38. So
Okay.
that many.
That's a fail then.
I'm that many over.
You shit your pants.
Yeah,
I melt.
with all of your
I
organs,
become Raiders of the Lost Ark.
pretty much.
Raiders of the Lost Ark. Okay, hang on just a second here. Let me just look through this. Okay, fine. Your muscles, after some of this energy began to ripple out, you felt stronger, more powerful, but now they continue to grow, becoming bulbous, almost cancerous in their size. You feel lethargic and barely move, and there is a pain that sources through your body, a searing pain. The radiant energy burns you, 3rd degree.
Oh, that's the one that'll kill you.
Yeah.
That's a bad one.
You have disadvantage on ability checks and constitution saving throws. If you fail a saving throw against an effect that causes fire damage, you also gain the stun condition until the end of your next turn. Magic such as the regenerate spell cures this damage. Alternatively, someone can attempt medicine checks on you once every day after 10 successes that burns.
Oh my goodness. Hey, well, the good news is we got plenty of time to travel north to our next destination after this.
Make sure and write this down somewhere. All dum Jason. Who's this? I forget the info. All right. Keeping on. Let's see here. Lincoln, 13. How many hit points above your maximum? What's your normal maximum
15,
hit point?
15 total.
All right, 15. And your normal hit point maximum?
My saving throw was 15.
Oh, gotcha.
Does that change anything?
Well, I still need to know. The DC's dependent on how many hit points you're over your max, basically.
I am at 72 out of 44.
Okay. On a 15, that will still fail.
Damn it.
Right, Lincoln. Not many parts of your body are organic in nature. In fact, most are not. But many of your sensory body parts, even though they may be inorganic, still function similar to a normal person. And thus, the blinding light, although you have no muscle mass to grow into a cancerous growth, you still need to see. And the eyes that have been viewing the light, this searing light to you that is almost an evil, has been burning your eyes and now burns it even more from the amount of hit points and energy that you've incurred from the energon. Have partial blindness.
Yeah.
You have disadvantage on perception checks that rely on sight and on range attacks. Magic, such as the regenerate spell, can restore. It says the lost eye, but this. You have almost a cloudiness over your eyes from the searing light. Okay. With that, you move on. Let me see. That was.
Do I have a day limit to heal, like the 3rd degree burns, or?
Yeah. I don't know if your eye.
Wait a second. I had less over my cap, and I have a permanent debuff. His can heal. That's fucked up.
I mean, I don't know if it matters, but I did roll a 19. But I don't know.
It's a random table, and the worse the save DC, the higher I can.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Ow.
Right. Uncle Jimmy. Ooh. Is this 6 your total, bud?
Jimmy with Bless rolled an 8 total.
And how high above your maximum hit points, and what are your normal maximum hit points?
I have not been hit yet, other than by Opie at the beginning of combat, so I'm at 36 out of 38. I'm below my maximum.
Okay. You still incur, because you're below the standard DC.
Oh man, I was hoping the negatives would have helped it.
All right, Uncle Jimmy. It is Deja Vu land as you incur blisters. Disadvantage on dexterity checks They will heal if you receive magical healing. Alternatively, someone can tend to the blisters with a wisdom medicine check once every 24 hours. 3 successes, they'll heal.
I'm gonna be spamming heals.
And then that brings us to Professor Bark and likely Opie. Con saves for both of you.
Bark rolled a 14. He is 12 HP over 33.
Okay. Let me make a roll here.
No!
Professor Bark, you see many of the leaves and the embellishments in your hair begin to burn away from the radiant light, but it is all superficial damage.
Terminal sexiness, I knew it.
What about Opie?
Opie rolled a 14. He is 27 HP over 44 max.
Okay. Opie is going to incur. Let me roll back up here. Opie, similar to another, incurs the 1st degree burns. Can he be healed with healing magic and healed in 3 days naturally?
Alright, I have a salve for that.
That brings us to the end of the round. Everyone who is adjacent to the well, it is time. Please give me a group check with a strength athletics roll.
At advantage.
Athletics. Advantage. Strength. Athletics. Advantage.
Plus it for 19.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, +1 to mine as well from my okay.
On
On the one side, that's
Oh,
20
man.
total.
Don't forget your blesses.
So let me go through here. Forte total. 18?
19, please.
19. Professor Bark.
17.
Right. Uncle Jimmy. 19?
Dirty 20.
Okay. Opie.
18.
Cool. And then Tyne.
9. It's a weak
Right.
old man.
Thanks for showing up.
Well, right now you're an incredibly buff man, but so much so that it's actually been bad for you. Everyone pushes. You see, like, the Michelin man Tyne, like, slipping and falling as he attempts to try and push on the large stone cover of the well. But everyone else, feeling the pain of too much of a good thing, pushing the cap back onto the well, you hear the hum begin to slightly lower. And finally, you're able to push the stone cover back onto the top of the well. As you do, the creatures in the area begin to slowly dissipate. Their bodies beginning to evaporate, flex, almost like scales. Pieces of them begin to pull themselves off. Finally, the enervating light of the well itself begins to diminish now. The cover is back on. The area returns.
Pretty much.
Terrible, terrible curse. These wells. Lincoln stumbles onto the dais up here. I cannot see.
My face feels like lasagna.
Everything burns.
I hate Mondays.
I know some things about first aid.
Yeah, I can do some medicine checks here while we're trying to recover real quick. Who wants a medicine check?
I would like one if you could.
Take it.
We can do that in the wagon, right?
Basic first aid after combat. Nothing crazy.
Okay. If you want this to count towards your successful checks, for those of you who them, you apply these.
I fear that my weakness is permanent.
Yes, it appears that one of your optical nerves is... Was it missing? Is that what happened to it?
It was
Not
a
m-
tiny bead of jade. It exploded into a million fine particulates of dust.
Oh.
Yeah, you look in Lincoln's eyes. It's not like he's missing an eye or anything, but you see they almost have a golden milkiness to them, almost like onset of cataract.
Not to be dramatic, but y'all
you
should
can-
find a different character, because we ain't learning regenerate anytime soon. And if I'm throwing daggers with disadvantage, I may as well retire Lincoln for the time being.
I thought we found somebody who could do regenerate at one of the town. No, it was just time, wasn't it? Fuck.
I don't have regenerate. I don't have access to that.
Oh yeah, we're
That's a-
way too low level for regenerate.
Yeah.
That's like a 7th or 8th level spell, I think.
Yeah.
You all would know, just with your characters, you all would know that the Sacred Serenitals are the heads of the wellness of mind, body, and soul of the Twixt. They have some means to access your regenerate spell. We'd need to ask them.
Perhaps we should return to safety before continuing our adventure.
Agree.
You also know... you also know, I know it's been some time, and we have a big holiday break, but you also know that as you came here, the second liaison of the Sacred Serenitals that you met in this region, the Grey Doldrum, gave you a blessing from the Serenitals. Blessing that allows you to, using the harmonic emitter inside of your wagon, immediately teleport yourselves from location back to any of the found Sacred Serenital guild houses.
Oh yeah,
Passing.
I forgot about that thing. We
Actually,
may as well-
Hearthstone.
yeah, we may as well fucking use that.
Fuck yeah.
Look it.
Agree.
I wish to leave this place and never return until the next one we have to do.
We'll know better next time, though, won't we, old friend?
My theory was correct, and all it cost me was eyesight.
Shit, I was right.
Anyone have any objections for us Hearthstoning back?
No. Let's do it.
Mr.
How do I
Castle
use
Gate.
it? Do I rub it? How do I say, at home, please?
Like we just can't fucking figure it out. We're like tapping in and trying keywords and shit.
You all gather back to the cart. All you need to do, basically, like Serenade would have filled you in. You all need to be around the harmonic emitter. Just bring the thought of returning to a particular guild house and what you'd like to. Magic. So in that case, which guild house would you like? Assuming the one in this region.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's close to the what are they? The blight collars or something like that. We have to bust their heads up.
Yeah, you do remember that you were able to find the close to this. All right. As you all gather back into the wagon, gathering around the harmonic emitter, almost looks like this this kind of larger structure that's built out of a unknown metal. It's a black with greenish lines, arcane energy that run through it. Almost looks like a round chess piece in a way. Scintillate. All picture in your mind. Guild house that you, for your new liaison to Serenade, Grey Doldrum was, and as you do, you feel a sensation in your mind, a sensation like you're falling for a second, softly. With that, you open your eyes, find yourselves in a different place, back at the. Let's take a
what, Jason?
Or I.
Let's take a quick little 5-minute break. I need to go to the PP room. We'll come back in. Give us just a second. We'll be right back, everybody. Grab a drink yourselves, stretch your legs, hit the big potty room, and we'll be.
The big potty room.
Okay. Well, some of you coughing, some having damaged eyesight, and to crawl out of the moving around.
Do you see this? I must redecorate my beard.
I'm gonna try and help Lincoln and guide him as we go.
I'll
Hey,
be
I'm
fine.
not completely blind. I can still see vague shapes.
Yeah, I know you can't see anything, buddy. I got you.
A
Don't
few
touch me.
a few
Can't
things to
relate.
note real quick. First off, Kevin have successfully cracked open the well in this region, allowing some of the light to pour in. Equilibrium of the passage grows more balanced. Sonic flux rises back to its maximum of. Also, although it'd be too awkward to do now, you have all gathered a lot of experience during your time here in the session. The next one, level up.
Hell yeah. I can't wait to see all the new things I get next level.
Cold-blooded. As you all crawl out of the wagon, you see up ahead a welcoming sight of the larger guild house as what looks to be a couple elven helpers' hands begins to sort of keep your draft animal wagon safe in the stables and off. Perhaps get rest, recuperation, some heat.
Lincoln busts in the front door. Fix my eyes!
Most of the traffic here, there's a good couple carts and wagons and stables. The guild house yourself, think of it like a very big lodge, like a mountaintop lodge. Most of the traffic of things going on is actually going on out back. There is a large opening towards the back area that you've seen before. It's like called in place where merchants and traders that are dealing with their wares, things like that. As you bust in, Lincoln, most of the people in the lodge themselves are like the serenal attendants. Several of them sort of quickly turn almost with a shock at first as they see you. One of them steps up and says, "I'm sorry, sir. Can I help?"
We restored the radiant well and I am blind.
Thinks for a second. You are part of the well-wishers.
Black Eichler.
He like steps back. Let me go get Serenade. Hold on just a moment, he said. Quickly run off into.
Everyone sees Tynar come in with horrible burns all over his body after
It's
Lincoln.
giant tumors.
Are they
As-
getting someone?
As you all begin to sort of pile into the house along with Lincoln, you see Serenade step out. Her long black hair, thin lithe form, holds a Baroque oboe and side, and says, "I felt it. You've done incredible work, and you've used my blessing." He steps over to you, Lincoln, and just places a soft porcelain white hand against the side of your skull. It says, "Tell me, what can I..."
The well has blinded me. I need to have my sight regenerated.
He tips the edge of the bottom of your skullish jaw up. You can see her and see around, but it's that sense you get like when you have the sun in the corner of your eyes and then you look away and have that spot. This one seems to almost permeate around in your vision. See, it's this waning, burning, piercing to your eyesight that doesn't evaporate. He looks and see her through your hindered eyesight, but close enough. He nods and says, "Stan, I will make accommodations for you to stay. If you would permit, I'll need to try and search the catalog of healers to see if there is one locally that could provide such a powerful restorative spell. What of the rest of you? What ails you from time opening, closing?"
I mean, I could take some regenerate as well. If everything's on fire, it feels like.
She comes over.
I needed more than him.
She comes over to you, Tyne, and just places a hand very lightly, quickly pulls away, so you can take it. And the rest of you, how are you all?
Yeah, some just a little minor healing here to expedite the process.
Right. I will summon the healers that I have on hand. Some of the more lasting effects, as seeing fine. You may need to wait to hopefully track down someone. I'll get them as quickly as possible. In the meantime, you may want to spend some time. Please, allow me to make some accommodations. Save some of the others. Get you some rooms. Get you some feed. For time you spend here, we'll take care of you.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
It takes her a couple minutes, but they're able to clear up some of the rooms on the second floor for you to stay in. They're small but comfortable rooms. I'm in. Plenty of pillows and relaxing, calming nature that is generally and otherwise a pretty dangerous place here in Passage. Go ahead.
Question for her real quick while we're there.
Yeah.
I guess TLDR. I mentioned the meteor fragment and ask if there are accommodations. I assume I know forge clerics can forge wherever, but just in case we need anything special to be able to forge that meteorite into a proper weapon for Forte, if she happens to have a forge or something.
She says, you happen to have a small forge out back. Blacksmith, sure if you ask kindly enough, mentioned that.
Thank you.
And a final thing, if I might intrude upon your time, so there is a beast of sorts let loose upon the epicedium. Bart goes on and tells her about the forget what it was called.
False Hydra.
False Hydra.
See, sounds as though it's a threatening foe.
There's something beyond our own capabilities at Tim, it seemed. As we recall, or maybe not, there used to be 7 of us. Or 6?
She
7. It was 7.
sort of like leers her eyes, thinking for a second. Says, "Interesting. If that is the case, then
One of ours made the ultimate sacrifice to let us escape.
When the false Hydra consumed them, it erased all memory of them from the world.
Were it not for a handwritten journal, we would be none the wiser.
her eyes dark. I need to check something. But you're asking for us to try and lend aid in some way. I will attempt to do the best that I can. Though, admittedly, Passage here is a place of few places of community, station. You well-wishers are wrongest that end. But
I was hoping you wouldn't say that, actually.
I will check into this, see if I assume that you would at least plan to stay a day or two, correct?
At least.
In that case, then, I will be around. Please, let me know. Also, if any of you currently holds the parchment of the map, it is time for me to mark the new guild house and the new region you are already traversed.
Hell yeah.
That's what I'm carrying, Miss Angel.
Miss Angel.
Well, that's what Forte called her.
All right, my next prediction is next area is either volcano or crystal forest.
Oh, crystal forest, dude.
Ooh.
Ice level?
Ice level, haunted house level.
No, this is the haunted house level, the swamp. That's all.
It's consistently just radiant light. The whole thing. There's just one well that's darkness that helps suppress this whole burning hell.
No, boreal forest with a gigantic golden dragon in it.
Oh.
She kneels down, and speaks kindly to Oak, takes them small. This is the next. Good luck. It seems as though you've gathered some experience in your. You look like. Keep it up. Mark the map for the new region. Get
That's
to the.
convenient.
I think I just
Beeline.
became a man, you guys.
Aye. Forte will hand Opie the tankard of plenty.
You will be laying dwarven eggs before you know it. The male seahorse lays the eggs.
So, you all are given your own separate rooms, and for as long as you stay here, do not need to subtract any water or rations from your supply, as they're given to you courtesy of the Serenitals and opening the well. A couple things happen. Unless anyone wants to do anything immediately, over the next 2 or so hours, a few of the clerics and healers on hand to the Serenal come, each of you. If you are capable of healing the infliction that you got to yourself that is capable of being healed through magical means, then the clerics of the Serenitals do so, and condition is
Lucky.
Right.
Where do you see the bill, though?
those
I helped. It cut down.
yeah, they say better.
Genius.
Before we save your life.
Yeah, it's too close to real.
Real. It's too
yeah.
real.
Yeah. As for those of you who I believe is probably just Tyne and Lincoln, Serenade did mention she'll need probably a day or two to get with you. So, I'm assuming everyone's going to go ahead and spend a little time here. You currently are at 1 blight time. And actually, I guess you'd technically 2 blight time. You are welcome to stay here for as long as you want. There are merchants here as well. And so you kind of tell me, how long do you want to stay? Do you want to do anything while...
Silly question. Do we get any form of monetary reward for the Radiant Well being closed this round?
Serenade turns to you, and I would assume, just kind of asking. Turns and the reward will await you along with your next blessing at the next area where another my own is waiting.
Yeah.
A member, another speaker, a guide, council member, helper's Serenity. My sister, Lanalu, I Serenade, the next you seek, Lysander. You will find him at the next sacred circle. There your reward awaits.
Good. Lincoln gets to work recreating and remaking some of the beads and twine that got singed off in the fight. Just working really closely, like a very, very nearsighted old lady.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. It says, Jimmy, I need bones.
Yeah, I'm feeling good. Assuming they don't mind me taking a slight jaunt outside, I could probably hunt and kill a few things for you.
Yes. Do this and our deal will be complete.
Oh yeah, for the gotcha, that's right.
Any bones will do. Large carnivorous fish, climbing monsters, anything.
Jimmy's being at full health and happiness and also keeping up with his own engagements. We'll try to spend the next couple of days going out for a couple hours and hunt anything that isn't a humanoid.
Okay. I'd say, like, if you're just hunting for some bones and stuff, then no check necessary. Find some game, hunt them down, skin them, and move some of the larger things that you would feel would be helpful to add for.
Perfect. I'm gonna come inside the room slowly and try to take a. If I could take a.
Yeah.
If I could take a stealth check to sneak inside the room to peek on Lincoln as he's, bringing him the bones, but to see what he's exactly doing in his spare time.
Sure.
If I'm not knitting together small strings of beads and hemp twine and stuff to wrap around his antlers again, he's standing stock still in a corner, breathing fog into the room.
Okay. He's a portable humidifier in his spare time. Alright. I guess seeing that, I'm gonna just knock on the door and slowly walk in with a mound of bones to bring to him.
Oh, good. This will not help with my vision, but will help with other capabilities. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. You kind of just like feed those in to yourself. What do you do with them?
They must be attached with needle and thread and twine.
So you're kind of like a giant wind chime, yeah?
I suppose. If I tied everything loose enough.
Nice, and bound real tight. Gotcha. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I didn't want to get in your business too far. I gotcha.
It is fine. So long as my skull survives, I can replace the other parts.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think about the same for me.
Unless the DM says I can't, then I can't.
No, that's cool. I like that idea.
Yeah. Well, I'll keep an extra set of eyes on the back of your head. Make sure your noggin stays intact. And if it everything else goes to shit, I'll carry your head around for you.
It's like Mimir in God of War. You just put Lincoln's head on your belt.
Look out, brother.
Portable Google, just kick you every now and then. What do you know?
Knows everything. He's the smartest man in the world. Okay. Yeah, Lincoln thanks you, and he immediately starts attaching things once again, which I'm going to fold into what I get at level 6.
Jimmy's gonna say a prayer, do his spiel. Since he didn't find anything too crazy, just take note of what he found and chill for the next couple of days.
You take your leave, and everyone spends a little time. Some of you dealing with the other clerics who are working on or more superficial injuries, and some of you, like Lincoln, in your room yourself, idle things you mentioned as you continue to wait, Lincoln. So you got here, it's still in the middle of blight time and probably a couple hours have passed, but overall it's still just a void of darkness out as you look past the curtains. And eventually there is a rap on your door.
Search for the door and eventually find it and slowly open it.
You're not like completely blind. It's just a little more difficult to see.
It's for comedic effect.
Yes, I am.
As you open the door, your vision, like, you know, you're not completely blind, but it's certainly a little foggy. See, standing in front of the door appears to be like a figure. Can't tell if it's necessarily male or female, and they have their features covered. It almost looks like, now that you squint a little bit, eyebrows you don't have, eyelids rather, you see that it almost looks like a black gown of maybe a hunched over figure, their face covered by, it's like the thing that women wear when they go to like a funeral, that they kind of cover their faces with, like, yeah, like a black veil. This one very opaque and covering the features of the figure. There is Lincoln can smell, right?
Yeah, I think so.
There is a old musty dry smell here. The figure looks up, much shorter. Lincoln, you're like 7 something tall.
I think I'm 10 feet tall, but I'm really skinny. Is the shtick.
Okay. This figure much shorter than you. Maybe like 5'5". Hear the figure say in a soft voice,
I have some news you may like. Would you allow me to step inside your room?
Well, I mean, I want to say yes. Can I do an insight check, Coda?
Sure.
Of course, come inside. Are you here to restore my vision?
The woman, or what you assume to be, sounds like older woman, says,
Something like that. May I come in?
And she slowly
Inviting
begins
a fucking
to shift.
vampire in here.
She almost walks like you do, Lincoln. You don't see her body bobbing up and down. She just sort of moves straight forward into the room. She turns and uses like a arm and hand, both covered in this gown, have these super long sleeves. Slowly, she turns back toward and says,
My name is Mama Bone, and I have taken a great interest in you. There is a place in the next region, a house where some of my more estranged family members stay. The mistress of the grounds is also taken a liking to your group.
I see. What is the name of this place? How can we find it?
House Deadmore.
Oh, good. No, Lincoln's into this. Let me
If you
make a note here.
travel to the next region and reach the guild house and stay for one evening. I shall speak to you again and give you the location. If the Serenadals cannot heal your vision, I'm sure the mistress has some way to do so herself.
A fair bargain. I will bring the others.
You have such good bone.
Thank you. They're new.
Indeed, they are. Each one tells its own story. Tell me, why do you assist the others? Why do you allow this burning light into the region?
It is the purpose of my creation. I am to assist the Serenitals for the sake of the Unsele court. It is all that the wet nurse told me when I was born.
Then, child, you should know you are much more than that. The court has further orders for you. You should seek out the mistress at House Deadmore. Speak to her. See what things she can impart to you.
Very well. I will do so.
And Lincoln does, I don't know what a Unsele court bow looks like, or handshake or hand signal, but he does whatever that is to her.
Sure. She actually would do it back to you.
Dope. Dope as fuck.
She says,
Old Mama has many errands to run. So many good bones to collect.
you see the veil of the head turn and rotate. Hear several snapping.
I must go, little one. Please, would love to run into you again. And if you find the time, let us speak again in the next region.
Yes. May the night winds carry you safely to wherever you go.
Yes. To the bone.
To the bones.
Lighting on the door, opening it. Your way.
Lincoln just Stock still looks at her. And my understanding was to get the location of House Deadmore, we need to stay one night in the next guild hall, the next Serenitals guild hall.
Yep, that's what.
Okay.
That's what. Yep.
Hexmaniac has a quest.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
He leaves. Does anyone want to do anything specific the following day, or just waiting for back in terms of news of the clerics of and Serenade?
Only one thing would be just a quick jaunt around town. One last thing to see if I could find any personal information for the giant monster I'm looking for.
Oh, sure, yeah. Give me an investigation or like a persuasion check. I'll take either one.
I'm not very persuasive. I'll go for investigation.
Sure.
And +1. A 19?
pretty good.
Pretty good.
Deep.
Two things. You first run into a dwarven trader trying to. Dwarf turns to you. Yeah, well, nothing in cement, but heard lots of talk. Heard talk that digging in this region sometimes turns up some interesting things. Heard that those scavenger folk, they've been digging into the ground, creating several mines in the area, probably looking for some type of resource, gemstone, some type of bauble that they find interesting underneath. Heard that one of their camps ran into some interesting finds, relics of the past dug underneath the ground. Not sure if it's these marauder things, but maybe something of interest. Scavengers make their home base although they don't take kindly to people just trespassing on their property without some type of, well, anything. Keep your wits about you. That's all I know.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
And then as you head back, Uncle Jim, you hear from behind, Hey, excuse me, sir. And as you turn, you see a skinny-looking, tall furball running. He's donned in, like, very, very furry pelt and seems to be holding, looks like several little fuzzballs. Sir, I am providing the wonderful entertainment and company to those of you who are trying to deal with the dangers of the passage. May I offer purchase for one of my wonderful, beautiful, miniaturized giant space hamsters? Now look down and see he is holding several hamsters.
I'm going to take a insight check on him. I just want to kind of see if he's being legit here, or if it's a snake oil salesman. It's 17.
With the 17, you can see the charismatic stare in his eyes. Seems to be a unique and perhaps not super well suited trader to be in this area. Seems to be honest about his this trade is.
Right. How many you got, and how much?
Well, currently got 10 left, and it's let's see here, 10 gold pieces for each.
Let's see how much old Uncle Jim has in his pockets.
Now, before you go saying, hey, little hamster guy not worth 10 gold, he lifts one up a little bit and shows you underneath, like attached to the bottom of it, appears to be like a little form of parchment that is colored red. It says, each one of these little guys has a little attachment, and let's just say that as you buy these critters, not only are they cute, friendly, easy to take care of, and will keep you happy on your ventures, but there is always a chance to pull the golden hamster with a special prize for those that does.
Is this a hamster gotcha? Is he doing a hamster gotcha?
Oh, see, now you got me. Now you got me interested. Rub my hands together and start to like look around for a bit. So, 10 gold each, huh?
You purchase all of them, and that's gotta be an extremely high chance for you to hit the jackpot.
It's the same chance.
What what do they eat, and do you happen to have a cage for any of them?
I mean, if you got some type of mobile thing that you're carrying around here, or wagon cart, you can just sit them in there. They'll be fine. They eat small scraps of greenery, just whatever you find. Not even a ration's worth a day. Just toss whatever scraps you got over to them. They'll be good. Hardy little guys, especially here in the passage. This variant is tough as nails.
Take a few minutes to look them over. I'm assuming it's a D10 roll to see what I'm pulling. Yes.
Yeah. If you are, how many are you buying? I guess.
I'll buy 2.
Okay.
Buy all of them.
Yeah.
Say buy all of them.
Buy all of them.
Keep spending your money until you get that SSR rank one.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think to myself for a moment, and I say, you know what? Maybe I will buy all of them.
No, jeez, I was just kidding.
You're buying the whole lot? Really?
Now, these are certified.
Actually do that.
Certified giant space hamsters, you say?
Yeah, of course.
Why does it matter?
Just making sure. I'll take 2.
Oh, you just said you're buying all of them.
No, I was contemplating it. Like, you gotta let me think about it for a minute. All right? We'll take 2 for now.
All right. Well, in that case, he begins to grab them. Why don't you actually pick one of the 2 that you'd like, as he kind of holds them, like bending over to hold his arms your way. Yeah, give me a D10 roll for both of them.
Yeah,
Okay.
lucky number 7, and one more time. 8.
You grab or point out 2. All right. You got this little guy and this one, and he kind of grabs them with the necks and up. Both of them have what looks like a red parchment. Man, it's not the gold strip, but I bet he's somewhere in there. But here you go, my friend. Take 2 of those little guys. Make sure and take care of them.
I will. I'll do that.
And hey, if you ever want more to keep you company on the long, lonely journey of the passage, you search me out.
I think I will do that. All right.
Name's Hams, by the way.
Hams, the hamsters. That's I think this is your calling, my friend.
Sure is.
I'm gonna take 20 gold out. As he starts to walk away, I say 5 more gold for one more.
Make a person.
All right, this it's gonna go bad. Oh, fantastic! Look at that. That is a straight 0 with a
Goose
nat 1.
egg.
Says, I don't skip out on taking care of these little guys, so I can't skimp out on the price I offer them for. Sorry, my friend. But hey, 10 gold will get you another one. Get one for each of the members of whatever traveling group you got.
No, I'm good. Last question as I'm leaving, and I hold them up. These boys, girls, what I don't know if I want another 40 of these running around in about a week, you know?
I think the best prescription to figuring this type of thing out, and take it from me, Hams, is you just wait, put them together, and wait around for about a week to maybe 2 weeks. If you have more after that, then that means you got a boy and a girl. If you don't, you probably got 2 of either gender.
That's what I thought. All right, you have a good one.
And if you happen to find that they lay a certain amount of children, and then a little while later you find 1 or 2 less of those children, it's probably because a mother ate 1 or 2 of them.
Yeah, that's sick and morbid, and I will make sure that does not happen.
Do your best, but they're sneaky things. Take care of them, all right?
I will.
Amazing.
I'm gonna take a long fetch and say that the magical one turns into a giant hamster mount for us.
So you head back as we get close to wrapping the session. Hello, Pixelated Bunny. Thank you so much for the follow. That's really nice of you.
You say wrap them up. I am gonna wrap them up in a open-aired box with a little bow and save them for when Opie returns.
Okay. Before we wrap this session up, does anyone else take some time to spend in the merchant square?
I am in desperate need of healing. My beard, you see, it needs some sort of oil or something like that.
I'll say this. Before you do your more conventional shopping, you would get accosted by Hams, who wants to offer you to not only get a friend, a pal to take on your journey, the chance to also pull the golden strip from one of them. Asks if you want to buy one.
Oh boy, let's see. I'm curious. I would like to hear a sales pitch. He would do that in character, but that's not. Yeah. Yes, why not? I'll take one. You're a very handsome fellow, you know.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, pick one of these little guys and it's all yours.
I like the size and shape of this one.
Give me a D10 roll.
10. Ouch, he bit me.
All right. That's a beauty of a little guy. He's got a cute little spot on the top of his head. It's all yours. Or she.
It's beautiful.
Anybody else want to buy one of these? He says, looking around. Parties around. Free hamsters. 10 gold apiece. Who wants them?
Nah.
Amazing.
Right. Heads back off into the crowd of traders and set up their post here. You've all successfully opened and let some of the light of the radiant wilderness region in. You can continue to discover the locations here. Have the free ability to transport yourself to any of the Helper's Hands guilds, meaning that further on, like to come back to any of the earlier Helper's Hands, do so. Next session, we'll have Serenade come back and get with you, play the gathered, and figure out means of hopefully healing our two characters who are suffering permanent injuries. But if not, it appears as though Lincoln may have some other form or way of doing so if he chooses. You also have a new region ready to be explored when the time comes. That is all up to you because this is an open-ended hex crawl adventure. That's it for this session. Hey, what are you guys' levels right now?
6?
7? 24?
Six after the level up this session.
All right, then that means next session everyone will be leveling up to level 6. So come prepared if you'd like to share some character may have gotten in the level up. Until then, that's it for tonight. Had a lot of fun playing with you all. Missed Amanda, but she'll be back next week. And there wasn't a whole lot of traveling, so it wasn't too hard.
Just a fight.
And a very good fight at that. Although some of us suffered some more dangerous shit than others.
You're telling me? Oh my.
You say we can. Sorry, go ahead, Jason.
No, you're fine. What's that?
We can like buy stuff at market value here, like just mundane weapons. I'm gonna need a melee weapon if we keep adventuring.
I was gonna say this is a great opportunity to, while you're all here, specifically let me know. But yeah, they're like pretty much whatever is in the probably find here at market value.
Just a rapier, I mean, I'll pay the gold for it, but I want to say that it's like chiseled out of a big long femur or something like that.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. No, that works for me then.
It's stitched together with hamster bones.
You can forge you one as well. We've got
Oh, you can, yeah.
We're gonna be here. I can convert. Yeah, I can convert stuff. So
yeah, don't forget
or whatever.
Serenade is going to try and share some information with you next session, and also if you want to attempt smithery, Ryan also crafts that +1. Hey, Lincoln. There is the star metal crafted in?
But I'm
Up to
just gonna
you.
go back to my dagger.
Okay, yeah, up to
Once
you.
I'm
then.
able, it'd be better if Forte took it the star medal, I think.
All right.
We
Just
can
don't
talk about
forget. Yeah. We can table talk later. Just don't forget you can use that, and then we'll have Opie back, and everything here. If you need healing potions, basically everything but rations. Break the whole point of trying to travel, trying to fucking travel and cover your supplies. Although Magic in 5e pretty much does that anyway. But that was a great game. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Discordian, for hanging out, and everyone else. Pixelated Bunny, thank you so much for the follow. It was very kind of you. We play D&D every Friday night. This is Lucent Odyssey, our mixture of D&D and Oregon Trail style fun. It's an open-ended hex crawl adventure. On Monday through Fridays, we also play Weirdkin at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. That is a mixture of the monster race / battling. I would love to have you all. It's been super fun. I just launched it this past week. I have really cool stuff coming this Monday. You should come check it out. But in the meantime, we're headed out, everybody. Have a fantastic weekend. Drink plenty of water. Take care of yourselves. And we're going to do the same and come back next week, hopefully with a full team this time. Otherwise, have a great night, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye, everybody!
Goodbye.
Oh, wait. Good morning!
Moonbeam.
I was going to write it in chat, but now that I've...
What do you guys think happened?
One of the players Robbie played with got carried away and killed him.
Well, that's kind of far out.
Mazes and Monsters is a far-out game. Swords, poison, spells, battles, maiming, killing.
Hey, it's all imagination.
Is it?